What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go! All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We got a brand new episode for everybody tonight. Episode 55. How's everybody doing today?
Doing much better after I whooped up on you last week.
Yeah, I know, man. It came down to the Monday night game. I had to turn it off after Adams caught like that 60-yard pass. I was like, oh, man, he got me. Son of a bitch.
You could see it coming, Rich.
Yeah, I know. Alvin Kamara scored 7 points. I was like, oh, man, it's gonna be a long week, man. Then I tried to get Shepard off the waiver wire. Somehow I forget, somebody beat me. I think it was Tomorrow or Cross. Son of a bitch. I think he's like second in he was second fantasy points. Daniel Jones was first, but I think he dropped down to like 10th.
Mm-hmm.
But I know they were up there.
Yep. Yeah.
It seems like he's gonna be one getting open in our offense. So
he is, and I felt like for years he was like that 4-catch 50-yard guy. You can count on him for that, but that was about all you're getting out of him.
Yeah, it seems like he's getting a little more this season.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know Galladay was yelling. They said he wasn't yelling at Daniel Jones. They was yelling at Jason Garrett. It didn't look like it, but I think he was getting upset that Slayton was getting all those passes, but he dropped them. So
yeah, he's basically saying, "Hey, look at me over here."
Yeah, they got to figure something out. They need a nice balance of. Speaking of the Giants, since we're in it, might as well just go here. They blew the Thursday night game. They had Washington on the ropes. Washington kicked the field goal to win and missed. And then your boy Lawrence just got caught off sides, man. It was a tragic loss. But I'm liking what I'm seeing offensively. Daniel Jones getting a little better. He's not turning over the ball as much. He's probably going to see a lot more of those run play options, when he keeps the ball.
Yep.
Seems like the only way we can run the ball right now until, Barkley comes back, confidently. So, we have to wait and see. But they're gonna have to run the ball because they can't keep their defense out there like that for those long stretches.
No, they can't.
And looks like your boy Heineke's gonna keep that starting job, man. Looks like they don't need Cam.
He looked all right. I think that for his first start, second appearance, whatever. I thought he looked pretty good. Seemed confident, which is a big thing. Didn't make too many huge mistakes. But yeah, I think he's probably serviceable. Between that and Ryan Fitzpatrick when he gets back, they should be able to do okay.
Yeah, I don't know if Fitzpatrick get that job back.
he might.
Heineke played a great game. He did throw a pick, but that pick was Bradbury kind of jumped the route and timed it right.
It was just bad timing on that. To be honest, that pick was more bad timing than
timing. Yeah. So overall, then he let them back down the field to kick the field goal, even though they missed it. But then they won. They got the second chance and won it. So he's doing his job. So I think they need to run the ball more because
they do.
Gibson is killing me in fantasy right now. He's not doing nothing, like DeMauro said.
I think you want to have more of a balance, anyways. You don't want Heineke throwing the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah, and then I'm looking forward to see when the other receiver comes back. I forgot his name from the one that came over from the Panthers.
Samuel?
Yeah, I think he's scheduled to come back like week 4 or 5. So
okay.
It's gonna be interesting. They got a good team. Yeah. The defense hasn't showed up though. So
no, the defense has looked a little shaky.
But yeah, I'm sure they'll figure it out. I think they miss Kerrigan because he was one of their blitzers. So
yeah, for sure.
And one of the vets on the team. So we have to wait and see. Then we had the Raiders. They stay hot. They beat the Steelers. Kind of what we predicted. The Steelers offense. It's not putting up enough points to keep up with teams. But I'm not really surprised about the Raiders. Like I said, we knew they had a good offense, but their question is going to be, can they stop anybody? So once they get to those division games, it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I thought I felt like the offense for Las Vegas looked pretty good. The defense, surprisingly, I don't think that was thought to be a strength of their team. They played pretty well. Like I said, held Pittsburgh down. But yeah, you got you're going to have 2 games against KC coming. Broncos have been a little bit of an upstart. You got 2 games there. And then you got 2 games with Herbert and company. So
yeah,
you got some high-powered offenses that are going to be coming in there. So I think they look good. I think the offense looked really good. They also probably need some sort of semblance of a run game. just to help out Derek Carr a little bit because he's just going to get rushed all the time. But I think they're kind of a surprising team and they might be legit.
Yeah, I mean, what's the name was out? The running back, I forgot his name.
Oh, Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, so he scores 2 touchdowns in week 1, and then he's out the second week. Come on, he could have been out the first week, not the second week. But anyways, but yeah, overall, it's going to be about that. What can they muster up on that defensive end to get some stops? Because it's going to be a tight race to try to squeeze in the playoffs with all that competition in that division alone. So I mean, the Eagles. I mean, they almost beat the 49ers. I mean, the Eagles they look like a good team, but 49ers were a better team. So I mean, just a matter of time. Just a matter of time for Garoppolo gets up out of there, man.
Yeah, I think that defense is solid. I mean, I think Kyle Shanahan's almost like waiting for Garoppolo to get hurt so that he can put in Trey Lance. But yeah, they look solid. They just gotta find a running back that can stay healthy. That's their big issue right now. They're really beat up at that position. But you can see what the healthy defense looks like.
Oh yeah, I mean they've always had a good defense these past few years. I mean,
the problem was they were hurt all the time. Now they're healthy, so
yeah. As long as they keep everybody healthy, it's gonna be interesting to see. How much damage they could do in the NFC, and then as well if how long Garoppolo's there or not. Maybe they trade him for a running back.
Yep. Yeah, I doubt it. They probably hold on to him for this year and just have Trey Lance as the backup. But yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Oh yeah. Then we got the Saints. They got beat by the Panthers. It's looking like the Panthers might be the second best team in that division, man.
Yeah, I'm not giving up on the Saints yet. They had most of their offensive staff out last game, but that Carolina defense may be better than we expected as well. I mean, I think their offense will be serviceable. Obviously, they're not. They still didn't score a ton of points, and Darnold will be fine, I think, for them, given he's in the right situation. But yeah, I think the defense was more of a surprise for me.
Yeah, I think they're like ranked in the top 5 right now. I know they're like first in sacks. I mean, they've been drafting a lot of defensive players the past few years, so maybe that's paying off. I mean, at one point when they went to the Super Bowl, when they had Cam Newton, they had the number 1 defense. So maybe they're going back in that route, and they got a good running back who can run the ball, pass the ball too. So I mean, as long as Donald can manage the game, and that defense shows up, I mean, they're going to be a hard out in that division. So
yeah, for sure.
And then we had the poor Dolphins. Your boy Tua gets hit, a bruised rib. I mean, I think is it time for Deshaun Watson to come in or what, man?
I mean, if there was a time for it, I feel like it should be now, right? I mean, I just don't know. You never know what the asking price is, but if I'm down there in Miami, I'm probably making a call to see if that price came down at all.
Yeah, man, it's just a tricky situation. I mean, we talked about it off air before. What Miami's waiting for, what the Texans are waiting for. I mean, they're asking for a lot from what I'm hearing, like 5 first-round picks or, 3 and 2 players that can start. So that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
But like you said, maybe they came down from the price because, but that's the thing. I don't think they want to win games, but they have a decent team and they're stringing along some wins. So
yeah,
they might not be in the full rebuild as much as we thought.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I felt like they looked decent too. So I'm still not exactly sure what they're trying to do.
Yeah, and then I mean, Taylor's out, but Mills is going to be in. He was actually like the top-rated quarterback coming out in college, from high school to college before he got hurt. So I wonder if he comes out and does some numbers.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens here.
Yeah, pretty much. We had the Titans and Titans beat the Seahawks in overtime.
Yep.
That was actually a good game. I was watching that game, that from beginning to the end. Derrick Henry started running wild late in the game. They took away one of the touchdowns from my man Julio Jones. Could have used that one, but man. But overall, I mean, the Titans' problem is their defense. Obviously, Seahawks' problem is their defense. But I think as we get, further on in the season, those defenses will start to shore up. So
yeah, I was a little shocked with the way that the Tennessee came back. They didn't abandon the run game, which is kind of their MO. They let Henry kind of beat down that defensive line a little bit, and they were able to move the ball and score a few touchdowns there, and then get it into overtime and and take them down. So it was a good win. Travel out to Seattle after kind of a beatdown loss from Arizona the week before. Big statement win for the Titans. I felt like.
Yeah.
The defense is still a disaster, though. I mean, there was a couple of plays that Wilson had wide open guys.
Yeah,
50
guys
yards down the field.
Yeah, guys ran into each other a few times. Yeah. Just like, what? Like I said, we're going to have to wait and see if they can stop a nosebleed. That's been their main issue, these past few years. Can they stop anybody? We know they can run the ball. I mean, they got Julio Jones now, so we know they can pass. He might be their number one target now, based off of what I'm seeing. Julio? So, yeah.
Nah, I don't think so. I think it's still A.J. Brown.
I don't know. I felt like Tannehill was looking for Julio late.
Yeah, because A.J.'s got a safety over the top. I don't know if you watched. You were watching the game. I mean, he had a guy in his shorts. He had a guy over the top. They had basically double team the whole fourth quarter.
I felt like you should have doubled Julio than AJ. Right. But I don't know. Maybe you got to double both of them. But I mean, you can't, because then they run the ball. It's just like, yeah, they're just a big physical team offensively. That's going to be hard to stop once they get rolling. So then we had the Cardinals. They sneak one on the Vikings. Your boy Murray goes wild against me, of course. Has like 400 yards, three passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. I mean, I don't know what to say about the man.
What you got to say, Rich? Come on, tell me.
I don't got nothing I got to say bad about the man. I mean, they just got to put it together this year. I mean, they got a decent defense. I mean, they got all the parts, man. They just got to put it together. I mean, they were like 9-8 last year, so. I mean, one or two game difference can help them out, get them in the playoffs. So,
yeah, I think that I think they can do it. They got, like you said, they got the team to do it. So they can put it together and turn a few games the other way. They can be looking at the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna be hard to stop too. So I just got to figure out if Murray's gonna be throwing to AJ Green or not, because he's still on the waiver wire. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he may be more of like a possession receiver. But I feel like he did like him, and he's going to like him down by the end zone there.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like we need to redo this NFL fantasy draft, man. I just gotta. All my players not doing nothing, man. And then we got the Chiefs and the Ravens Monday night game. That was a great game too. I was surprised Lamar brought them back. So. Yeah,
I mean, I think a lot of people were. He's not really his MO coming back like that. Down 11. In the second half there, and made a nice comeback and put the team in position to win. Right. I mean, then you got Edwards, Hilaire fumbling, and then John Harbaugh and Lamar being aggressive and going for it on 4th and 1 to ice the game. So.
Yeah, especially because they're. I mean, we knew their defense was hurt, so the Chiefs were going to put up a lot of points. But it kind of looked like it was all over after Lamar threw that second touchdown. But I mean, this is one of the first times we see him come back, play from behind, which is good to see. And it's first time being Patrick Mahomes too. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens when those receivers come back and that offense gets a little more healthy.
Yeah, I think that it seemed like he was a little more comfortable throwing against the defense. I know they had the one pick early that went for 6, and then he had the second pick to Honey Badger again. But I felt like one of the guys fell down. So
yeah.
But yeah, I felt like he looked more comfortable throwing the ball. He missed Marquise Brown early. That would have been a touchdown. I felt like probably wanted that one back. But overall, I felt like he threw the ball pretty well. But yeah, you're right. I mean, his targets are basically Andrews and Marquise Brown.
Yep. I mean, it was great to see him. That early matchup. They'll probably see each other again in the playoffs. Depending on how everything folds out. So. Yep. Then we had the Packers and the Lions. I mean, not much to say here. Yeah. Green Bay did what they needed to do.
I mean, I would say that we all kind of saw that coming.
Yep. So, I mean, we're going to have to wait and see once Green Bay plays some more favorable competition to see what they can do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that first game was a fluke, but, they looked much better last night. Rodgers looked more, into it. Obviously, Aaron Jones came to play and Adams and the whole team. Defense played well as well. So yeah, I think we'll see what the real Green Bay is when they have to head into Soldier Field or something like that, right? So tough. They have a tough schedule. So we'll see what he's made of.
Yeah, I mean they're still going to be still favored to win that division. So
yeah, absolutely.
So we're just gonna have to wait and see. And then we got next week's matchups. I mean, some of the bigger games. We got the Chargers and the Chiefs. That should be a good one. Who you liking that one?
Who's that? Chiefs versus who?
The Chargers.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs. The Chargers defense I felt like played pretty well against the Cowboys.
Cowboys, yeah.
Weekend, but I don't know. I just feel like Herbert only looked okay. I know he probably seemed like he was a slow starter last year. Maybe it was the same thing. Maybe it's the same kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go Chiefs on this one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a shootout, and I don't know if the Chargers can maintain those shootout numbers. I mean, the Chiefs are just so explosive. You probably got to put up like 30, 40 points a game at times. It seems like to keep up. But I mean, I haven't seen many people get to Patrick Mahomes since they rebuilt that offensive line. So, maybe that's going to be the issue. So, but they do got. I mean, the Chargers do have pass rushers. So, I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah. The offensive line's been solid. I mean, I felt like Baltimore didn't get any pressure on Mahomes really.
Yeah, I mean that's it. Maybe the offensive line was great. I mean, I don't see any holes as far as the offensive line struggling. So
yeah.
Then we got the Buccaneers versus the Rams. That should be another good one. That was supposed to be some people thought that was the potential NFC Championship last year if Aaron Donald wasn't hurt against the Packers. So it's gonna be interesting to see.
That should be a good matchup. Brady against probably if not the number one defense, top 3 defense in the league. Good offensive line there with Sean McVay. See what he can do against beat up secondary in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'll be a really good matchup. And Brady's going back home to LA playing in LA for the first time in his career.
Yep, Stafford looks great. The Rams are one of those teams too that have a bunch of players. That they could possibly win a Super Bowl. They got the players to do it. They just got to put it together.
Yep.
And then one of the other matchups we got the Bengals and the Steelers. Oh, they're playing the 49ers. So that should be another good matchup. Mm-hmm. So let's see what Aaron Rodgers can do against that defense. And then let's see what the 49ers offense could do against the Packers defense. I feel like at times the Packers defense doesn't show up. So
yeah, and I think Za'Darius is still out. So big piece missing for the Packers defense there too. So yeah, I think I'm tending to think this will probably be a lower scoring game.
Mm-hmm.
Just because San Francisco is going to want to run the ball. I don't think that they're although they put up some numbers against Detroit, I think they're probably not going to be a very high scoring team. And then you got their defense, which is really good. So I'm thinking maybe a 23-20 type game.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think either way, it's still going to be a good game between those two.
I think so too. I think that it'll be a good battle one way or the other. It could, I could be completely wrong and it goes off for a high scoring game, but I would guess it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, most definitely. And then we got the Bengals versus the Steelers. I mean, I'm not really a fan of either team, but I like the way the Bengals are trending. I think they can possibly be the second best team in that division. Sneak up on some people. Your boy Joe Burrow, he had a bad game the last game, but I mean, he's got the weapons to do it. I just don't know about that defense. But like I said, the Steelers, I don't think they can score that much. So, I mean, if they can put up some numbers, they can possibly win that.
Yeah, I think I may actually like the Bengals in that game. Roethlisberger's already a little beat up. Najee Harris has been, he looks like he's, they're trying to get him the touches, getting him some open space. I'm just not sure how good that offensive line is to open some holes for him.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I think that Burrow a little off, and playing against a really tough Chicago defense that I felt like was kind of all over the place. They were really good on Sunday. And he still, kind of gave them a chance to win. But I think I like the Bengals and Burrow coming back and having a good game.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And then we got the Jets. Got your Jets, man. Against the Broncos. How you feeling that?
Although I will say this would be a very Jets game to win. Like, everyone thinks that they stink. They go out to Denver, which is just inherently a tough place to play against a Denver team that looked really good over the first few games here. Defense looks good. Vic Fangio, obviously a really good defensive coach, but now with Teddy Bridgewater there, it looks like they have someone who can actually manage the game fairly well. So, they look legit. But yeah, this is such a to go out and win.
Yeah, I think I need your Jets to win, man. I don't need any 0-3 teams right now, just in case the Giants do bad against the Falcons, man.
Yeah. You might be right there. If the Giants lose to the Falcons, you might want to cash it in for the year.
But I mean, they got potential, man. The Giants have potential, just like the Jets. I mean, you just gotta put it together. I think the Jets will probably rebuild faster than the Giants, though. If the season is a wash, we'll pretty much be starting from scratch. So.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I don't expect the Jets to win more than 3 to 5 games, anyways.
Hey, I mean, 3 to 5 games is the difference between the first pick and the 5th pick.
No, so, I know.
So I mean, I'm sure if you guys get the first pick, you'll probably get the defensive end from Oregon. I mean, he's the best player in the draft. He's going to be the best player in the draft coming out. So I mean, as a Giants fan, I would love to get my hands on him. Even though we need a quarterback, but maybe we can get a quarterback with that second first round pick from the Bears.
Right.
I'm gonna have to wait and see how the cards fall. And then we had the Monday. I like this little Monday night. With the Mannings, man.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I like how they bring on like a guest each quarter. To kind of make fun of Gronk. He was kind of dry, but it's kind of like the Tony Romo like analysis when it comes to certain plays. You could just tell how much of a savant Peyton was, like when he's like calling out all these plays and like he's like blue sky cat 34, garbage, trash,
Yeah.
Like his lingo's like you're like damn. And then he was and some of the things he was going over, like when he was talking about the 2-minute drill. How the team needed to call a timeout at a certain time, but they didn't. And later on, you see when they had like 16 seconds left, if they would have called the timeout, they'd have more time. And then, he talked about, when he gets in that huddle, you want to call this play and the next play. So, you could just, you don't have to get back in the huddle, waste time, stuff like that. So just like those little intricate things that you could tell he was just great at.
Yeah. It is interesting listening to those guys. They obviously both know a ton about football, but listening to them go is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, you get to see some of Eli's personality.
Yeah,
he wasn't just about that the no emotion face, so it's good to see. And then on to the NBA, not much to cover. I mean, just Ben Simmons, he's not showing up to camp. You think that's a good move or a bad move for him, or a good move or a bad move for Philly?
I just, I would. I don't know. It's a tough one. He obviously doesn't want to be there. So I guess if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. But basically, it gives Philly no trade leverage.
Yep.
It kind of sucks. I think you'd prefer people, at least keep it quiet so that you can still move them and get some assets back. I just feel like now that he's basically like, you either trade me or I'm not going to play. Like now their hands are like tied. But I felt like that about Harden too, and then Brooklyn sent a boatload for him. So I don't know. Might be the right move for both in the end. Again.
Yeah, but I think Brooklyn was a little different because they had Kevin Durant there, and he was kind of willing to. He made it like Harden made it known he would go to Brooklyn. So maybe they find a trade partner where he's willing to go. So
yeah, they could.
But got a few more weeks before camp, so we're going to see. On to baseball. I don't know if you want to talk about baseball. I mean, it's still a wild card race right now. I mean, that's the main thing.
Yeah, it's tight, right? You got the Blue Jays, basically Blue Jays, Yankees, and Red Sox fight for 2 spots. So, yeah, it's just going to be a battle on the way out. I mean, there's a big series later this week. Yankees at Fenway for 3 games. So that'll pretty much, I think, make or break the season for both teams.
Yep. I mean, because the Yankees are tied with the Blue Jays. Well, not tied, but like half a game back. So, I mean, this might be the first time we haven't seen the Yankees in the playoffs in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, what was it, 2016, 2017? It took them a couple years to get back. But, yeah, with the team that they have, they should definitely be in. But, slow starts and trying to get back, it's tough.
Oh, yeah. The Dodgers creep up on the Giants or like a game back. I mean, that's going to be a tight race, too.
Yeah, it is. I mean, fortunately, they'll, I think both be in the playoffs, but yeah, who's getting that second wild card spot there in the NL?
I don't know, maybe the Cardinals.
Padres have played like ass the last month and a half, so. Yeah,
they pretty much almost fell out. They fall almost.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can catch the Cardinals there's a few teams ahead of them, the Cardinals, the Reds, Phillies. I mean, the Mets are right there too, but we're going to have to see.
Yep. We got 2 weeks left, so by the end of this weekend, we should have a better idea what it looks like.
Oh, yeah. We'll get some more teams clinching, so.
Yep.
And then it's our time again, ladies and gentlemen. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so today we got a lemongrass chicken. So,
Okay.
Fry up the chicken in the pan, just a little salt and pepper,
Mm-hmm.
a little paprika, garlic powder, onion powder. Fry it up, cook it through, take it out, and then throw a jalapeno, ginger, minced garlic. Toss that in the pan. Get that nice and fragrant. Then throw in a little bit of brown sugar and some lemongrass paste.
Okay.
Which first time cooking with. I've cooked with lemongrass, just not the paste before.
Mm-hmm.
Thought the paste was pretty easy to cook with. Then it's a non-fat coconut cream, salt, pepper, make a nice little creamy lemongrass sauce, and then throw the chicken back in and let it kind of simmer for 10-15 minutes. Let it soak in all that flavor, and then serve it over a bed of rice, topped it with a little cilantro and basil. And it's actually surprisingly, because you're using the coconut cream, pretty healthy, and actually really good, heated up as well. So good leftovers.
Oh, nice. Well, how long do you think? Like when you have stuff for leftovers, do you like eat it the same way, or do you like switch it up and like do different things with it? Like
it depends. It depends on cooking. This one I probably eat the same way, but definitely of kind of. I'm a big proponent of throwing everything into like a fried rice.
Okay.
So I'll throw some rice in with some soy sauce and an egg or two and put it all together. But no, I like if it's not like a specific sauce like that lemongrass or something like that, I like to kind of mix it up and kind of reuse the ingredients in different ways.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm the same way. I like to do different things with it too. Let's say if I had like some kind of chicken, maybe I'll eat the leftover with the the rice, or maybe cut the chicken up, eat it in a sandwich, or do little different things with it. So, and then what did you guys drink that down with?
So I had stay on the kind of the October type deal. I got a Oktoberfest from Treehouse, so it's called Whisper. So again, the same Marzen style. I actually find it to be a little bit smoother than the Oktoberfest, which is hard to do, but I'm not sure it has this all the flavors that I love about the Oktoberfest that Sam has. So same kind of style, pretty good. Really like it, as it gets colder out. And really smooth, really good. It runs at like a little over 5.5%. So you can have a few of them out by the fire and be fine. But overall, great beer. Just really like that style. So I'd give it like a 7.7.
Oh, dang. So it's a little drop. But I mean, still good.
Still solid.
Have you ever thought about mixing beers, like this beer would taste good with this, or like?
We've done some of that before. We take a couple of different like IPAs and kind of do half and half and see what it tastes like. Or we've had like stouts where we take like a really sugary type flavored stout and then mix it with like a coffee stout that was a little more bitter.
Okay.
So we've done it before. You can go one of two ways. So usually we try to improve flavor on like a beer that may not be as good, but that can go south as well. So you got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean that's why you got to do like little like little shot glass. Yeah. Then you got to do a little swirl with the pinky in there, then give it a taste test, and then that's JD's Bites and Brew, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
And then this week, not much on the BRRs.
So have you watched Broadchurch?
No, I haven't. Yeah, so let's get into what is Broadchurch? What is that?
All right, so I'm on the last episode of season 1. There's 3 seasons. I think it's similar to The Sinner.
Okay.
So I think there's obviously there's a murder in this town in England. And it's a small town. Nothing bad ever happens. One of those kind of places. And now they're kind of like almost like investigating like the entire town. You're starting to learn things in the past, and then the detective that came from somewhere else where he had another murder investigation.
Okay.
So it's one of those types of shows. So this one is actually, I felt like it's held back on who they think the killer is. So it's like, to me, it's I think I was going into episode 7, like this could be anybody. Like they haven't really hinted at it. They've thrown like a few sketchy characters here or there, but
Okay.
But yeah, I enjoy it. First couple episodes I thought were a little slow, but it really picks up. I would probably put captions on only because the main detective is Scottish. He's got a really good Scottish accent, so he can be hard to you can probably pick up like 60% of what he says by listening.
Okay. Is this on Netflix or is it on
It's on Netflix, yep.
Okay. I'll have to add that to my list.
3 seasons. You'd like it. It's right up your alley.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely add it to my list. Right now I'm watching Money Heist. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in the first season. It starts off a little weird, but so far so good. They pretty much go into a bank to, rob a bank, but it looks like they're actually doing something else. Like one of those movies where like Inside Man, when they go to rob a bank, but they're not really robbing the bank. They're like doing other stuff to make more, because there's more valuable things in the bank besides the actual little money that they thought. So I'm watching that now. 2 episodes into Last Man Why. I don't know how to feel about it. Interesting concept, but I feel like the guy is kind of like a little wimp. But maybe his character grows because he's like the last guy left on Earth. So
yeah,
like I feel like I don't know. Maybe he becomes more manly. I mean, he's very attached to his family. But I mean, we still want to know what caused the whole thing. That'll probably be the main thing I'll watch the show for. So I mean, they got the first 3 episodes out. I think they're doing an episode a week. But I think it's only like 6 episodes. So I don't know how far, if it's like a limited or is it like a season-based show. But I guess based on the ratings, they'll decide if it'll, what it'll be. Like I said, if you like hip hop, check out Wu-Tang 2nd season. Pretty much going through the story of Wu-Tang, how they formed, all the different rappers that make up Wu-Tang, ODB, Method Man, Raekwon, stuff like that. But as far as movies, watched Escape Room, Tournament of Champions. Not as good as the first, but I mean, it's one of those movies you just watch just to watch, kind of like the Purge. One of those mindless movies you could watch and do other things. I gave it like a 5.8 out of 10, just because like everybody, I don't want to give it away, but everybody dies pretty much, except for the main person, and then come to find out like the people behind it. I don't want to give that part away, but it's just one of those movies. It's like, oh, that's really. But I mean, if you want to watch it, you can watch it. It's probably one of those movies you watch once, pretty much don't watch again. Maybe if you're bored, check it out. And then I watched Don't Breathe 2. I mean, I like the first one better too, man. The story kind of is totally different from the first. It still centers around the same guy. I thought it'd be like a continuance of what happened from before, but it's a totally different thing. I don't want to give it away, but he pretty much finds a little girl who he raises now, and then some stuff happens with the girl's past where they try to take her away from him. And, he has to get back into his bag where he has to, kill people and do some stuff. So, but like he doesn't seem like as vicious in the second one as he was in the first.
Oh, yeah. Don't Breathe is the one with the deaf guy, right?
Oh, no, he's blind.
Sorry, blind guy.
Yeah. I was it's okay. Not as good as the first. I gave it like a 6 out of 10. There's a lot of 6s on, man. There's a lot of 6s out here, man.
Yeah, I need some 7s from you, Rich.
I know, man. Still got some more movies to check out. I want to check out the Shang-Chi. I know Netflix has another one. It's called like Reverent or something like that. I know the cover has like a girl with a gun. It's like a pink background. I know it just came out like last week or something. So
I don't know
it's probably in the like the top 10 on Netflix right now. If you look it up, you'll see it. It's like 2 girls. I think the cover has like 2 girls on it, and one of them has a gun. It's like a pink background. I forget the name of it, but it's some other stuff I want to check out. So I'll keep you posted with that.
Yeah, for sure.
And then yeah, man, that might be it.
Nice.
Appreciate y'all rocking out with us, and until next time.
Until next time, Rich. I hope you have a better fantasy week this week.
Yeah, I hope so. I think I'm playing Coughlin, so might be a guaranteed win. So get me back on track. I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.